Hey, welcome to Graphic Policy Television, GPTV. I'm Brad. It's a new week of comics, and in my hands is one of those releases. It's Shadow of the Batgirl, the latest graphic novel release from DC Comics aimed at young readers. And this one's is pretty cool. So it's written by Kuhn, art by Nicole Goux is the last name. I apologize if I mispronounced that. Chris Peters, the colorist. Janice Chiang with Saida Temofonte, the letterers. Alright, so this is obviously about Batgirl. It's, called Shadow of the Batgirl. And this is Cassandra Cain is the focus of this story. It's an interesting twist on Cassandra Cain. I like it. It's a good read. It's good. It's very good. I'd put it kind of like in that top quarter of the books that have been released so far. There's some that I think are a little bit better. There's some that are a little bit worse. But I actually enjoy this. It's a different take. It's a very interesting story where the story is very much about coming of age and self-discovery. So Cassandra Cain, I don't know the character in the DC Comics. Like, it's not a character that I really got to know, but I think I've got her debut, like, somewhere. It's just one of those weird ones where I was reading comics when she debuted and have those comics, and I don't think I really ever clicked or cared for it, but whatever. I was very much younger back then. And just reading tons of comics. And so she goes on the run. She's the daughter of a supervillain. She goes on the run, and she winds up in a library where she needs to learn, and, like, literally learn. She can't speak. She knows very few words. She can't read. But what she can do is read body language really well, and she uses that to kind of figure things out and eventually, like, educate herself in many ways. And one of which would be is just that is what she wants to be as a person. It's a great graphic novel for, I think, kids who don't quite know what their role is in life and don't know that they can necessarily make that choice, that they are the ones that ultimately they're the ones that define their future, and ultimately they're the ones who define their path. Not saying it's not influenced by others, but everyone makes choices. And do they want to be good? Do they want to be bad? Do they want to help people? Do you not want to help people? Do you want to be creative? Do you not want to be creative? Do you want to be in sports? Do you not want to do sports? Like, all that stuff is kind of explored here, and it's not just through Cassandra Cain that explored. It's also through some of the other people that she meets. This woman that named Jackie, who owns a restaurant, and then you of course got Barbara Gordon is part of this, and then a guy named Eric that she gets to know. Like, every single one has different paths they've taken. Barbara Gordon is in a wheelchair here. It doesn't quite say how she got in. But you can, for those who know the character in the DC universe, like, you knew that she was Batgirl, and here's the question of, like, where does she go from there? She's in this wheelchair. What choices has she made? With Jackie references issues with her family and particularly her sister. So what choices did she make regarding that, and how did that influence her direction in her life? Just like Barbara, like, something happened to her. Where did that go from there? What choices did she make after that? Eric, who is black and Asian, his father really wants him to be a sports star. So how does he deal with that? It's a clear theme of the book is self-discovery and guiding your own path and making a choice as to what your future is and what you want it to be. So it's good. Like, it's about transformation and that you aren't locked into a certain role for your entire life. You can choose to go in different directions and make concerted efforts to be a different person. And part of the reason I like it is because, I've gone through that. Like, the person I am now is not the same person I was 10 years ago, and 10 years before that, 20 years before that. It was not the same person I was in high school or middle school or elementary school, like any of that. And there are times I know that I made choices through life to go in different directions and break off friendships and make new friendships and get into different things and explore different aspects to see what I might enjoy and what I might not like. So this is a really interesting book that kind of encompasses that. And I think probably younger readers, this says 13 to 17. I think 17 is probably a bit old. I'm thinking like 13, 14, maybe even like 12 to 15 is probably the range I would pick for the book. Still not very good at that. And the art is interesting. I don't know quite how to describe it. There's some really cool aspects to it. There's like this, I don't know how you describe it. Like, there's a thing where like the eyes kind of drop out, and it's just black circles. So that detail gets lost every so often. Here's like a great example where you can see it. Where in one panel is totally normal, and then there she's just kind of got the black circles for the eyes. It's a choice for the art style, and it works. Like, it's entertaining, and it totally works. And overall, like, it feels like a good read for kids. Ones that might need that kind of pick me up and to be able to make a choice as to what they want to do with life. So it's out now in comic shops. It's going to be out in bookstores soon. Go support your comic shop. We've got a link beneath this video. You can put in your zip code. Tell if a shop's near you. No shop, no problem. We do have some affiliate links below. There are affiliate links, so we get a small percentage of that. By doing that, you help support our site, so thank you so much. And speaking of support, I want to thank DC for hooking us up with this review copy. We appreciate it, and thank you for watching. Now, if you're into DC Comics, graphic novels in general, check us out every single day at graphicpolicy.com. We're on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Tumblr, all at Graphic Policy, keeping it nice and consistent. So until next time, reading those comics, and keep it geeky. Hey, thanks for watching the previous video from Graphic Policy Television. Just by watching, you help support our site. Thank you so much. Now, if you're watching these videos, you probably care about geeky things like movies, television, comic books, toys, games, video games, you name it. You can go and subscribe right now to our YouTube channel to stay in touch and catch all the new videos, or check out our website at graphicpolicy.com. There's a nice link on this end of the video. But as always, thank you for watching. Keep on rocking and keep it geeky.